The next thing we're going to show you is what buyer lead generation looks like on the Google environment. So, while we're doing kind of cutting edge stuff on Facebook, which we've been doing for quite a few years now, we were able to take a very fresh look at how Google advertising has worked in the past and what we call PPC or pay-per-click 2.0 looks like, because we believe we've developed the next generation of pay-per-click technology for the industry. And let me walk you through some examples of the architectural decisions that we made on PPC 2.0 that makes it stand out. So at a high level, if you were to do PPC with a typical marketing vendor, the way that you would do it is you would choose a couple of locations, in this case, Santa Monica, Westwood, etc., and you would figure out all of the keywords related to real estate, like homes for sale, houses for sale, condos for sale, etc. And for every location, you would create a set of keywords based on this matrix, right? And so at the high level, 5 locations, 9 keyword modifiers nets you about 40 keywords, right? Now, the problem with this approach, which is, again, the standard approach that most marketers take in our space, is that if you're targeting the city of Santa Monica, in reality, within Santa Monica, there are 13 different neighborhoods, 15 different subdivisions, several postal codes, and several school districts. And anyone who is searching for any location that is within Santa Monica are also looking for homes for sale in Santa Monica. And in fact, they are probably a higher quality lead or prospect because they're looking for something very specific, right? What we are doing is when you give us a location like Santa Monica, we are automatically using geomapping data, figuring out every location within that keyword or that every sub-location within that city that has potential search traffic, right? And we're going to create a separate campaign or keyword, whatever we're creating for each of one of those locations. Not only are we doing that, but we are automatically scanning those keywords on a daily basis and seeing what locations have very few listings, which means that chances are if someone clicks on it, they're not going to convert into a lead. We are going to turn those areas automatically off and turn those areas automatically on based on performance, right? So let me contextualize why this is such a big deal. For a classic build, PPC 1.0, when we're targeting about 30 areas, we generated 10,000 relevant keywords, which is a lot of keywords already. And our average cost per lead was $8.73. Well, when we took that same 30 areas and we ran it through our dynamic PPC process, which I just mentioned, we generated 655,000 keywords. So that's 60x more potential opportunities that we are creating that was not existent in our previous campaign, right? And the result is our cost per lead decreased by a substantial amount. And probably just as importantly, around 35% of the keywords that generated traffic and leads came from neighborhoods and subdivisions, which are going to be the highest quality source of leads. So all of this is scalable, automated in our back end, and is a process that we build out with a combination of, for the most part, automation technology and with our our marketing management team, both in the States as well as in the Philippines. Another example of our dynamic advertising is on the actual ad copy itself. So traditionally, when you're targeting a keyword like homes for sale in Calgary, every single advertiser has the same type of ads, which is going to say a variation of new homes for sale in Calgary. And the problem is that if every single person's advertisement looks identical, then it's a total crapshoot of which ad a consumer will click on, right? What Ylopo is doing differently is we are actually taking all the MLS data we have about a particular location and we are injecting that content, that metadata, directly into the Facebook ad. So instead of saying new homes for sale, we're saying 910 Calgary homes for sale, 42 new homes, 68 open houses, so on and so forth. The significance of this is we are effectively jumping the consumer forward in their home search experience, so they know exactly what they're getting themselves into when you click on one of our advertisements. And what we're seeing is that specificity is dramatically increasing performance. As an example, for that same campaign that had 30 keywords, 30 locations that we're targeting in the classic approach, the average click-through rate was 8.58%. In the new dynamic ad copy approach, targeting the same 30 areas, our average click-through rate improved to 13.23%. This is a 60% improvement. So there's a lot of other under the hood things that relates to dynamic PPC, but I just wanted to give you guys some examples of what automation we're bringing to bear here that gives us a significant advantage when it comes to both Facebook marketing and Google marketing. So what I've shown you so far is on the buyer side. We also have sophisticated marketing set up on the seller side as well. On the seller side, there's different levers that results in high quality lead generation. Part of that lever is in generating, kind of dynamic ads, which is why we have an ad that says home values report, 18 new homes sold last 30 days, so on and so forth. But probably more important than that, just because the number of keywords we're targeting are less so on sellers versus buyers, is the actual landing page experience and conversion funnel we take our clients through. And what we're seeing is that we've built out a landing page that has industry-leading conversion results, 10 to 12% conversion rate from click to lead. And the reason for that is because we have built out a homeowner digest that actually adds value to the consumer when they're actually looking for a property, looking for a value of their home. When a consumer enters in the value of their home and fills out, their home address and then fills out our lead capture form, we actually take them through a report that shows them not just what the estimated value of their home is, but based on their actual mortgage data, what their net worth of the property is, and how much they paid toward principal, how much they paid toward interest, all of the variables related to their cost savings if they change their mortgage, around, and even what they could do with that equity in terms of upgrading and buying a new home, using it to buy an investment property, so on and so forth. And what we're finding is an extremely high engagement rate with our seller homeowner digest after registration, right? So instead of just giving a consumer a message that says, hey, we'll contact you later about your home valuation, we're actually providing something of incredible value to them that creates a bond between them and the agent that they're actually getting in contact with. So that is how we generate seller leads.